in Korea, we say, in a decade, the mountains and rivers change their shapes. Certainly, I have been experienced the changes and adaptation of my view on teaching and life. Today, I would like to share with you my journey as a teacher and what I have learned. As a teacher, I have always enjoyed the unique teaching environment I have, one-on-one basis. In this setting, one can make big impact and changes on individual students. At the beginning of my teaching career, I had good ideas and noble goals. I told myself that I would nurture my students patiently until they are physically and emotionally free to express themselves through music. I believe that everybody could be expressive regardless of one's skill level and talent. I wanted my students to have openness and courage to try something new and to be excited about music. My mission was helping them to get there. However, as time went by, I realized my ability was often far from my ideals. My patience easily ran out with some of students who are not disciplined and musically inclined. I was frustrated with those who did not respond to the ways I taught. My view on being a successful teacher also evolved over the time. At times, I valued accomplishment more than other qualities. The best teacher was one who had more students producing the best works. I began to care about the outcomes of the contest and felt anxious about how others would evaluate me as a teacher and musician through the performance of my students. I saw the measurement of my success as a teacher depended on the evaluation from the others. As a result, I became quite a successful teacher on the outside, but I had some doubt inside whether I was on the right track. I noticed that I felt burdensome with responsibilities rather than I enjoyed my relationship with students. My love and enthusiasm for teaching was slipping away from me. I had to ask myself what went wrong, and my reflections started. I found some answers to my questions in the studies of the learning modality. I gained some insights from various approaches that accommodate different learning styles of students. Instead of getting frustrated with those who did not respond to the way I taught, I learned to be flexible in the presentation according to my students' preference of the learning style. Instead of insisting my way as highway, I understood it is easier for me to adjust my style than for students to adjust theirs. By recognizing and understanding the unique learning style of individual students, I can use teaching techniques better suited for that particular student. This improves the speed and quality of students' learning. I was happy to see those results by using these approaches. But one very important question remained unanswered. How can I nurture the relationship with my students? Even though my teaching technique has been improved, I feel I need strong connection with my students, and I want to empower my students to be independent. Then recently, I had an aha moment. Then I realized I realized that it is about how I view my students. That is, in short, the problems or the mysteries. I learned that I had a strong impulse to control the outcomes of my teaching. Over the years, I became a better problem solver and became very efficient in dealing with my students, but that did not help nurture my students' creativity. Instead of giving them the opportunity to experience independent adventures in making music, I wanted them to avoid all mistakes by giving them the passive answer or shortcuts. I wanted to remove all the problems by being protective. I had to admit that sometimes I focused on my students' problems too much and forgot to notice who they are individually. I forgot to look for the special quality each one has, and only trying to see the patterns. For example, the emotional response of individual students to a musical passage will be unique, in contrast to how others will respond to the same passage. But sometimes I was only busy teaching my interpretation and had a little time to enjoy the special reactions from them. This recognition of uniqueness brings the new dimension of mystery to my teaching. Mystery lies in the fact that everybody is special, beyond knowledge and types. I cannot control the mystery. It is always beyond my reach. When I see my students as the mysteries rather than the problems to be solved, it inspires me to have the feelings of awe and wonder towards them. It also calls for joyful reflection and enjoyment of the process. Now, I understand teaching is about the journey, not the destination, as life is. The detour is not always a bad thing, rather an enhancement of an experience. It makes each trip different from others and memorable. By having an attitude of openness and expectation, I believe probably I could enjoy the mystery and surprise I encounter every day in my studio or in a walk outside. Have you ever heard the whole saying? Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. After another decade, I wish I could still believe in this and proudly say I walked the walk.